All right, welcome in everybody. Road to Retirement. Tony Marlette Jr. at Brookside Financial Group with Tony Shore over at Gradient. Good morning, Tony.
Well, good morning, Tony Marlette Jr. I'm excited to see you today.
So you came on before we were recording. You said, "Here I am," and then it was kind of like rock you like a hurricane. So you said, "Good morning," and of course, the first thing I thought of the way you said it was "Good morning, Vietnam."
Good morning, Tony Marlette Jr. Yep.
Man, you're good. You got it.
Well, Tony, first of all, and for our listeners out there, they can't see this. The viewers who are watching on YouTube can, but behind you, behind I believe your right shoulder, is that a Christmas plant?
So yeah, funny story behind this one. Regina, our administrative czar, went yesterday and brought in Christmas plants for all the ladies. So
Oh,
Chris and I, of course, gave her a hard time about this. Like, well, do guys not like Christmas? Do guys not like
right,
Christmas trees?
right.
So we were kind of kidding around with her a little bit, but she brought us all in trees today. So
Oh,
um,
well,
it was
but
very
I
nice
have
of her.
yeah, but, it's not you're not allowed to put out Christmas decorations, until after Thanksgiving. That's
So
my rule.
this is it's funny you say that because, my wife and I had the same conversation just last week. So,
Oh, did you? How
she's a
did that
big
go?
well, I'll tell you how it went. She's a big, as soon as Halloween's over, let's get ready for Christmas person.
Sure.
And
Okay.
I'm Thanksgiving. I'm a day before Thanksgiving or a day after Thanksgiving type
Sure,
person.
sure.
So we usually do a real tree, but this year, for various reasons, we moved and a newborn. We're going to do an artificial tree this year. So we bought one, and actually we have two now. And she was like, "Well, I want to put it up," and this is last weekend. And I was like, Thanksgiving. It's a Thanksgiving rule. Like, gotta wait. And she, okay, fine. So then I said, I don't want one other thing to do. So if you put it up, you can put it up whenever you want. I didn't know whether she was actually going to accept the challenge, but she did. And when I drove home yesterday, in our window, in the front door, was a lit
Christmas.
Christmas tree.
Oh, wow, she did it. Well, that's fine. And in all seriousness, I used to be like, you can't start promoting Christmas or putting up Christmas stuff before Thanksgiving. But you know what? If you have family over on Thanksgiving, maybe
Sure.
it's nice to have it already up and so people can enjoy it. You can enjoy it a little longer. Because if
Yeah.
you wait until after Thanksgiving, it goes by pretty fast. And, it's
Right.
like you're putting it up for like 3 weeks is all. And it's like,
Right.
so I know if you want to enjoy it a little longer, I guess you can put it up earlier. But I was surprised that the week of Halloween, some stores were putting up Christmas. I mean, it was before Halloween this year. I saw Christmas stuff decorations at stores.
Oh yeah. I was off a couple weeks ago. It was actually Halloween week, and I did some running around. I ran into some stores, did some stuff for the house. And you would have thought it was like December 15th or
Yeah,
something, the
yeah.
way, everything was decorated.
Yeah, and it was busy too. Lots of shoppers were out and Christmas stuff was out, and I'm like, "What week is this?" I
Yeah.
think we're a month ahead here. So anyway, that's not what we're talking about today, though. I kinda got us off track, as I am wont to do. I do that from time to time,
Hey,
right?
there's no script. We're just kind of freelancing here, so, we're not going with any script. So this is a subject that I think is becoming more and more of a thing every year, is like it's almost like is Die Hard a Christmas movie, which I think a lot of people just say yes at this point. That's the
Yes,
consensus. But
yes.
yeah, it's like when do you decorate? You have the Halloween people, and then you have the Thanksgiving people. So
Yeah.
speaking of the holidays and everything, I thought we could just kind of talk about some things that we're thankful for today, since this is
Yeah.
our last one before Thanksgiving, 1 week from today, and
Yes,
it's early this year. 1 week
it
from
is.
today. So maybe some overall financial and economic things that we're thankful for, and then some other things as well. So we just talked about people out shopping and spending money. I think a lot of people who are in the market right now are thankful for that continuing to be a trend. So earnings are propping up this market. And I mean, the market is so cruel. It's so counterintuitive. You know, we had a sell off, sell off, sell off at the end of October. It was
Yep.
terrible.
Yep.
And all of a sudden we get inflation, or the inflation ticks 0.1% lower, and then everything's buy in November. So we get these negative reports, and all the prognosticators are going, well, this is it, this is the market drop, this is the big one that we've been waiting for, and all of a sudden out of the gate in November we kill it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's a trend that if you look back at like the last 50 years of the markets, a lot of times October's rough and a lot of times November's better, but it is based on something. This year, like you say, you can point to, hey, inflation ticked down a little lower. The economy is doing pretty good. They still talk about warning signs of recessions, but
Sure.
I am thankful that at least we've made some recovery over 2022. I think we can financially be thankful that 2023 was not 2022, right?
Yeah.
Because 2022 was bad for
Yeah.
finances as
Well, for
far as
sure.
the markets and bonds and things like that are concerned, right? And
Right. Yeah.
inflation. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I think interest rate hikes put a damper on some of that too. And as of maybe the beginning of this week, as recently as the beginning of this week, I might have said, I think I did say that we're still going to see one more interest rate raise this year. But with the report that came out Tuesday with inflation, again, it's amazing to me how the report doesn't even have, and this is for earnings, this is for economic forecasting, for anything. The report does not even necessarily have to be good. It just has to be better than expectations, which is
Right.
bizarre.
Yeah. Yeah.
But alas, that's the way market prices stuff in. I would have said we would have had one more rate hike coming, but
I
now
was
I'm not so
pretty
sure.
sure that we would as well. I mean, from what you and Chris there told me, and you guys keep an eye on this, and from what the Fed, they give indicators, when they talk or in interviews and when they get together, they say, we're probably going to raise rates again in the future. We'll hold for now, and so that tells people, well, they'll raise them then.
Right.
But they haven't, and if the inflation holds steady or goes down, I think that they won't. But if especially if it keeps going down, I mean, they say they want to get it between 2 and 3. So um, and so far what they've done is lowered it. I mean, at least I assume what they're doing is contributing to that. I know what they're doing by raising interest rates has slowed the housing market down and slowed some
Oh,
other
big time.
markets down. Yeah.
Big time. Yeah. I mean, really, their two jobs are maximum employment and stable prices. So we had maximum employment. We're starting to see that kind of go the other direction now.
Yeah.
But with prices stabilizing, and that's the balancing act that really they have. It's their dual mandate that they have to juggle. It is a juggling act. And you're right. Housing market has really been taking a
Yeah.
hit.
I'm thankful that I have a rate that was locked in when rates were lower for my mortgage. So I'm thankful for that financially. I'm thankful that we're having a better year than 2022 for the markets. So I think those are things that people can be thankful for financially, especially the market situation. I think everyone,
Yeah.
I think we all do better when the markets do better, for the
Yeah.
most part, the
Yeah.
economy.
Yep, for sure. And then, the employment reports are good, but at the same time, the 30,000 foot view says we're okay. And, maybe on a personal level, we see people coming in all the time that are losing jobs. And if you look at your LinkedIn feed, you see people, posting that they've been laid off and looking for work. So, like we said, it is just a big balancing act. Did you know that we do, and I did the first Brookside Town Hall the other night, on
Oh,
Tuesday night.
I
So
did
we
not know,
do
I did not know that happened.
it's our first one. So we're gonna be doing a second Tuesday of every month a town hall where we kind of talk in real time about live market updates, what's going on with the economy. We bring up some gradient portfolios and how that's affecting, or how the markets are affecting positioning in that. And then we take questions either ahead of time that are written in, or live on the spot.
Hmm. Wow, okay. So do you is that like live online or is it live in person?
Well, it's online for now. So
Okay.
5 o'clock we do it. I like to do it after business hours. So I started at 5 o'clock our time, and it's a call in. So there's a call in phone number. Eventually, we could maybe get to the point where it's a Zoom meeting. I just wanted to keep it, uh, on the phone, like a
Simple to
big
start.
conference
Yep.
call, dial in type thing. But we had some questions ahead of time. A lot of it, a couple of questions ahead of time had to do with taxes, RMDs, Roth conversions. A lot of people asking about Roth conversions now, and we've talked about those a lot. But RMD age continues to rise. I think people are thankful for that.
Yes.
It's stayed the same for 40 years, and it's changed 3 times in the last 5 years. So
Isn't that crazy? I
yeah,
mean, that's really crazy. I that's what amazes me is that, I thought, okay, they haven't raised it in so many years or touched it. And then they raise it, to 73. I'm like, oh, okay. And then they're going to raise it again. So it's like, oh, okay. And that's a plus for people. People are thankful that they're not forced to take money out of an account if they don't need to and pay
sure.
taxes on it. But I'm really thankful. You kind of breeze by it, and we do talk about it a lot. But I think a lot of people are out there are thankful for the Roth IRA opportunity for tax-free income in retirement, to get that tax-free money, and it grows tax-free, so you don't pay taxes on the principal or the interest when you pull it out.
That's
Right?
right. That's correct. Yeah. So you
That's
pay
huge.
taxes on the at the time you do it. I've done more of these this year. I mentioned this at our seminar that Chris and I did about a month ago. We've done more of these Roth conversions in 2023 than I think I have at any point in my career combined coming up
Yeah.
to this year. So I think people realize too, tax brackets are low right now, or lower than what they're going to be,
Yeah.
uh, than they're going to be in the future. And then also, uh, bracket creep is a concept. So the IRS, another thing for taxpayers to be thankful for, changed tax brackets around and increased them. So basically, a lot of people are seeing their income increase, but their purchasing power is not going as far thanks to inflation. So
Right.
if you have to pay higher taxes on that money, it's kind of a double hit. Change tax brackets for this year. It's nothing that anybody needs to bring to their tax appointment or anything. We'll already have the data, but we're thankful that that message has been received as well.
Yeah. Yeah, taxes are at all-time lows right now. You may think they're too high, but believe me, they're at historic lows. And so if you can pay taxes on that money now, put it in a Roth and then it grows tax-free, that's a huge, huge benefit. So I think a lot of people are probably thankful for those kinds of opportunities, but I'm thankful, and I'm sure a lot of our listeners are as well, and I know your clients are, that in order to take advantage of these, you need to know about them first, and you need to have a professional that knows what opportunities are out there and a financial professional that can help you avoid costly mistakes. And that's why I'm really thankful for your team there and at Brookside. And so I'm thankful for the Brookside team. And of course, on a personal level, I'm personally very thankful for Chris Anselmo. I mean,
Of
I just have
course.
to say that. I mean, he's just he's a wonderful person. I don't have to work with him every day like you, so I can say that. Uh, I'm trying to figure out a way to give Chris a hard time here, but
Yeah.
also compliment him.
Yeah. No, I'll say this, and I'm not just saying this. I would tell you this whether we were on air or not. He genuinely cares about people, about his
Yeah, he does.
clients and his employees.
Yeah.
And we can see that in everything that he does. And not only that with Brookside, but our staff here. I mean, we're growing. I've only been here, it's hard to believe, 2.5 years, but we've hired we've hired 3 people since then, and it's not replacing people. It's we've brought on 3 new people. So um, Chris brought in his son Gino most recently.
Yep.
We brought on Morgan this last year, and her and her husband also just welcomed baby number 1 into the
Oh,
family,
wow.
baby Jonas, about a month ago. And then Kristen, our paralegal, was added technically in 2022, but at the end of the year. So we're grateful for them as well. She's sadly going to be leaving us. She's a military wife, and
Oh,
she's
sure.
our paralegal. She does an excellent job supporting her husband. Guess where they're just being forced to relocate to, Tony?
Where are they going?
Savannah, Georgia.
Oh,
I mean, one of the most beautiful cities in the
it
country.
is. I call it God's country. Although I have a guy I know down there who I've done radio with for a long time, and he has a business in Savannah, and boy, the summers they get the humidity there is a special kind of hot.
Yeah.
There are a few months during the summer you don't go outside. It's just like you have to have air
Is that right?
conditioning. Yeah. It's
I've been
really,
there.
really it gets really humid in July and August. You do not want to be in
So
Savannah.
I actually think I was there in August. It was only for one day or a night, but just a beautiful city.
Isn't it beautiful though? I've been there
Yeah,
once and I just think it's one of the most beautiful places in the United States.
for sure.
It's a very the trees and stuff. Well, they'll love it down there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's gonna miss her friends, her family, and of course us. I mean, right? But there, he's
Well,
overseas now. Yeah. So
she might miss you a little bit, Tony.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
He's overseas now, but
Oh,
so it'll be nice for him to be back in
well,
the
yeah.
States.
Yeah, boy, when you have when your a spouse is in the
Hmm.
military, that's you do a lot of moving around typically, or it
For
can
sure.
happen anyway. Well, hey, there's a lot to be thankful out there. What are you thankful for on a personal level,
I
Tony?
mean, look, baby boy, my son Samuel, he was born April 14th of this year. My wife Megan, who deals with me every day, and today
God bless her.
coincidentally is our
God bless her.
4 year anniversary. So
As of the recording of this show, your
as of
4 year,
right, yep,
it's your
yep,
4 year
today,
anniversary today. Well, wow.
November 16th. Yeah,
Congratulations to you and my sympathies to her for having to put
yes,
up with you for four
yes.
entire years.
But
That's
see, like I'm
amazing.
flexible. Now we're putting up Christmas trees a week before Thanksgiving. So see how that works?
Well, you're flexible. You got kind of out of the day. My wife always loves to decorate for Christmas, and I'm like, you and the kids get to decorate. I will set up the tree and you decorate it. I do
Right.
not do the decoration.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our agreement. I set up the tree and then she decorates it.
All right, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. I do a lot of the stuff outside. I like being outside.
Yes, me
She
too. The
does some of
light.
the stuff
Yeah.
inside, and then we kind of tag team the tree.
Yes, I try to clean my hands of any inside
Yeah,
decoration, and then the outside lights I do.
yeah, agreed.
Yeah, that's a great way to do it. But Thanksgiving, I think we're all thankful. I am always reminded of I don't know if any of our listeners remember the show WKRP in Cincinnati about the radio station, but it's considered one of the funniest moments on television was their Thanksgiving episode when the station did a Thanksgiving promotion and dropped live turkeys from a helicopter onto a shopping mall parking lot. Do you
Whoa,
have you
no,
ever seen that?
I've heard of the
Look
show.
look it
I'll have to
up.
look that
Look
up.
it up. Turkey drop. WKRP turkey drop.
That's funny.
It is you will laugh out loud and the station manager is like, as God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly. Because they're dropping the big
Right.
Thanksgiving
Oh my
turkeys out of a
gosh.
helicopter and they can't. Yeah.
I remember watching David Letterman in the 90s drop watermelons off the top of
Yes.
whatever building they were in New York City.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was a great bit, and they would drop different things too. Sometimes they would have watermelons. They would drop like appliances
Oh
sometimes, and
yeah.
film them just in slow motion.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, just like yeah. I mean, you're creating jobs for somebody too. I guess somebody's got to clean it up, right? So that's
Yeah.
work for someone.
Oh, well, hey, great show today. I think we all have a lot to be thankful for. If our listeners have questions, if they want to look into the Roth IRA option, or they want to make sure that they're properly allocated with their assets, so they have more to be thankful about in the next year financially, how can they get a hold of you?
They can stop in. We've had a lot of people, I think I've mentioned before, just come into our office. We're conveniently located. You can call us 886-3550. That's area code 440. Or visit us online at brooksidetax.com. Check us out on YouTube at Brookside Tax or Facebook, Brookside Financial. And then I don't want to fall into the crosshairs of Aaron, our marketing manager. So be sure to visit us at onestopadvisors.com/giveaway. Reference this podcast and the keyword, which is thankful, and you will be able to register for a prize.
The keyword is thankful. The website is onestopadvisors.com/giveaway.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much, Tony. Great show. And listeners, that does it for today's episode of The Road to Retirement with our host today, Tony Marlette Jr.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Tony.